Hey guys, Azzapp here, and today I'm gonna show you the latest, greatest Vel'Koz build. This is the best build by far on Vel'Koz. We've been tracking this since PB announcement, and I pretty much assumed it's gonna be the best, but I waited to test it out fully so I can give you my reasonings on it and make a short guide. But I did test it out a lot in solo queue, highly competitive solo queue, about 1200 LP US challenger, so it's pretty damn high. And yeah, it turns out that the build works just as we assumed. So now I'm gonna show you exactly how the build runs. So those were roughly the games. This is where the patch came out, so we seem to be doing well. We made even some comebacks. The game we lost was just absolutely unwinnable due to circumstance based on the draft. So we have a Shaco, which is otherwise known as a caster minion. We have Ziggs, who is another caster minion. We got Urgot, which is a cannon minion. Yeah, we do have a bronze draft. It's one of the rare times where I'm praying my team dodges. But yeah, I was winning way too much. I think it's time to drop a win anyway. But I'll show you here. We also did item variation based on the draft, and that's exactly what I'm going to teach you right now how to do. So I created this tiny item set that's going to help you guide you through this playstyle, and I'll show you like some of the plays into the mix while we're doing this guide, show you exactly how the build works. So it basically relies on the double tap feature. You're doing this like insane hit on just touching enemies. Is the best thing you can possibly do. It's enhanced Night Harvester playstyle. People criticize my Night Harvester a lot, but I guarantee you there is something to it. It's all about the map control and the map movement. As soon as you build it, you can run through the river, get very powerful control on every single objective, because every time somebody steps in to get a ward, you pop them for like 500 damage. But now it's even more, and you get the items cheaper. So you're gonna start your normal casual support items. Now you have two different options. You can do the early item setup like we always do, right? It's like a common 650 gold, or you can choose to pass up on the Dark Seal, perhaps even boots, because you can compensate that with the movement speed of the Relentless Hunter, and then instantly rush Imperial Mandate. Now it doesn't even have the data here, which we're gonna probably put like somewhere in editing exactly what it does. But I explained before on stream why this works, and I'll explain right now. Imperial Mandate works like a teammate assisted Night Harvester. It does minor damage on hit, big damage when teammate procs it, movement speed, and it's extraordinarily cheap. So instead of doing the Night Harvester rush, we're doing this. We're doing Imperial Mandate rush. The best thing now about this item is it's no longer legendary, which means it's cheaper, 200 gold, and it does that exact proc. But that means we can also pair it up with Night Harvester, so we can get both of these items. And instead of getting our spike as a support at 3.2k, we get us a spike at 2.3k, which is 900 gold cheaper. And on support paycheck, that's your entire support item essentially, fully stacked. That's 3 kills worth, and you don't even farm. That's so much cheaper, and you get into the game. This fixes the worst problem of Vel'Koz and a lot of other mages on support. And that problem is getting into the game late. If you fall behind, the game's over. By the time you get your items, the game is just completely steamrolled and done. You never get to approach the game. The best thing here is it's so damn cheap, you will get it pretty much every game. The game will never really end without you being able to assemble your core item. And as soon as you get it, the damage is insane. Just look at the clips. Like we've played with the best players. We played with Jack Spectra here. We played versus Nemesis in the bot lane. Incredible pops. So yeah, that's just super high rank. So the build works exactly like that. You're gonna rush the core. You can get this earlier. You can even choose to skip Dark Seal, because later on you might have a little bit of a hiccup with too many items stacked, because these items are very difficult to purchase. Like you're building 3 different branches, right? You might get locked out of the build path. Like maybe you're gonna have full inventory, so you buy this, and then you have to wait for 1.2k, right? You don't want to wait that long for support, so you might even choose to skip this out. The boots, you have multiple choices. I don't recommend really mobility boots. Swifties are extremely situational, so it's probably like only high elo stuff. Most often you're gonna go lucidity or sorcerers. The common reasoning based on whether the enemies are gonna have MR, based on whether you want to go pen. If enemies have less MR, the pen is more valuable. If they can't build it, if there are a bunch of squishies, we go pen. If not, we go lucidities, which are more accessible. Either way, you won't make a big mistake, so it's not that very important. It will decide like later on what we choose to build, because this is core. Like most games, you're gonna get these 2 items, and based how the season works, the game's gonna end. You will rarely get more than this. You get this at about 20 minutes maybe, and third item almost never reaches, right? In case it does, I would recommend 2 best options. Now, the old school style was based on the boots. If you go Lucidity, you go Horizon. If you go sorcerers, you go Shadow Flame, like you're stacking pen or stacking CDR and like overall anti-tank damage. Now, you do this thing, if you get a lot of gold income very fast, like if you recall with 2,500 or 2k, then you set yourself up for 2.5k recall, you get double larged. You get double larged because this has been buffed extra 5% on ability power, which is fucking insane, and you kind of want to get that. If not, I recommend going Wordstone. Wordstone provides even more control on the map, and it's exactly what this is all about. The more pinks you have, you're gonna do more damage, because pink words will convert into damage if you control the river very, very carefully and lock enemies out. And then you just simply suffocate them. They will get way less resources, no objectives. Your team is gonna constantly steal and invade their buffs and raptors. And this works even in low velo, trust me. You may think like, oh, people just don't invade in low velo, but a lot of it is subconscious things, how we imagine these like lines of scrimmage in the game where you can move and when you cannot move. Even bronze players are gonna feel when enemies are playing so scared and passive that they're gonna move in. It's just their subconscious feelings essentially, and you will be the guy providing that, pushing the enemy boundary. So that's the playstyle. There is a variation which I told you about, which is anti-tank. Here we have no consistent damage against the enemy comp. So basically it's a bunch of enemy frontliners, tanky characters, which my team is completely countered. Like the chances of winning this game, like at the start, is like 30%. But you know me, I never dodge, so I do the best thing I can optimize for my team. And I chose to go Liandries. I was the best performing here. We lost, but was uncarryable really. The deficit was too hard, so we had to play much better to win the game. Yeah, those are the ideas. So now Imperial Mandate, you might have seen my latest video. You'll see more videos coming right up with Imperial Mandate. It's absolutely phenomenal. The pops are great, and yeah. Now Vel'Koz is actually potentially a viable character, instead of just being this niche thing which we use to troll our teammates. Yeah, I'm happy about it. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you tried it. A lot of people have already messaged me that they tried my build because they were very expected. They even played it before me because of the whole hype for like 3 weeks ago in PB testing we've done and everything. And I got a lot of positive feedback on this build. People are saying that they do so much damage, and it's just... The best thing about it is just accessibility. It's so cheap. Like 900 gold difference is just phenomenal for support. So yeah, I hope you guys try this out, and yeah, we're gonna boost up Vel'Koz win rate. We're gonna definitely boost it up. You'll notice it, and Vel'Koz might be becoming more and more viable now in the support role. Mid lane's a whole other thing. I might talk about the mid lane soon enough when I do a little bit of testing, and there's interesting ideas here that you can do with the new items. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helped. Tell me what you think about it when you try it. Appreciate you. Bye.